Cleveland Browns OTA yesterday. I'm not great at math, but let's put the numbers up for the television audience. It appears in the 4-quarterback derby. Again, not a mathematician, but one of them has more TDs than completions. That feels important to me. Despite the fact that Shedeur Sanders had the fewest attempts, he was the most efficient and most productive with the fewest reps. Shedeur Sanders should be starting. We are calling Ohio as the projected winner in a race that is not as close as the fake news. I mean, we're all idiots at some point. We all had, lack of judgment or self-awareness. So I'm not going to crush anybody for that. But I think he's really talented.
And it's May for Shedeur Sanders. Okay, got it. Okay. OTA stats.
Shedeur's look good, though. His ball placement is elite. His ability to layer throws is elite. I think he's got plenty of arm strength. We've seen that on display, certainly in camp at times. There's something about Shedeur. I got a chance to interview him. He is very confident, but not in a cocky way. Has a lot of belief in himself. I like him. I like the kid a lot. I was very into the Browns taking him in the first round. In my tape study of him,
he's talking about overall in life. I made some wrong choices personally, and I got owned up to him. I made some, not great choices.
He's saying that because he's an accountable person.
I learned
from the real people.
I learned.
It's not. He don't be doing it.
I learned.
This is a young kid being a young kid. First off, the main thing that he needs to understand, number one, this is a lesson. He's not the first person to get a speeding ticket. It's not that big of a deal. Number one, get your butt in the house at a good time, right? Because it's lessons. Number two, Mama used to tell me a lot of stuff, but Grandma taught me a lot too.
Okay, what Grandma say?
And Grandma always used to tell me once I started making plays and all that in college, she said, grandson, it's a lot of people want to see you lose. Don't give them any opportunity to see you lose.
Shedeur taking fewer reps, do you think that's a bad sign?
No, not at all. It's too early for all of that. He just arrived. He's a rookie. And by the way, while you're looking at him, you also want to see what Dillon Gabriel will bring to the table, along with others. Kenny Pickett is on this squad. He's relatively young, even though I don't think that he's the face of the franchise for the future. Okay, of course, Joe Flacco is an experienced veteran. You got him there as a security blanket. You should have had him there last year. Okay, but when I look at Shedeur Sanders, I mean, when you consider what he did, his career completion percentage is the best in the FBS, more than 71%. For his career. He completed 74% of his passes last year, despite being sacked about 42 times. Okay, 90 plus times over the 2 years that he was at Colorado. The brother can play. But what you drafted in the fifth round, 144th overall. We all know how bogus that was. We know that there's more to it than just his football skill. But him being there, you want to test a lot of things about Shedeur Sanders. And most of it, of course, his skill set is one thing because you want to make sure he can play on this level. But his temperament, his willingness to handle, not ability, because we know he has the ability, but his willingness to handle adversity. His willingness, you want to see if you're the Browns, how he's going to react to not being with the first team, all right, not being QB1 and taking a step back. You want to see how he's going to react while they're taking a look at Dillon Gabriel. You want to see what his temperament is like and what have you, because of all the things that have been said about him. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I thought he gave perfect answers yesterday, but more importantly, Cleveland testing him this way doesn't bother me either, because what you're trying to do is cement what you believe you already know about his character, not just his play. And I think that it's good for a young person in his position to be put through those tests, because ultimately you're going to be tested. So why not start from scratch and try to test them?
All right, folks, let's talk Cleveland Browns, because something big is brewing in that locker room. Rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has officially lit a fire under this team, and honestly, the league is starting to feel the heat. Now, before we get into the headlines and hot takes, let's talk numbers. Because the stats, they're making people sit up and take notice. The Browns are in the middle of a four-way quarterback battle. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and yes, Shedeur Sanders, the fifth-round pick. But despite having the fewest reps, Shedeur put on 9 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Let that sink in. More touchdowns than some of his rivals had completions. Completion percentage, a blazing 74%. That's not just good, that's NFL starter level. Keep in mind, this kid got sacked 42 times last year at Colorado and still maintained elite ball placement and timing. He's dropping dives over defenders like he's been in the league for years. Former receiver James Jones said it straight, hey, Shedeur's the most talented QB in that building. Period. You have to play him week 1. And honestly, it's hard to argue. But here's where things get complicated. Right when Shedeur was starting to fly, he hit turbulence. He got caught doing unhunwanef on the highway in a Dodge Ram TRX. That's 41 miles over the limit, and it wasn't the first ticket he got this month. Now the media's in a frenzy. Critics are asking, why is a rookie in a heated QB competition out speeding late at night? Is this immaturity or just youth? Rich Eisen said it best, anything that takes the spotlight off football is a problem. But here's what Shedeur did next. He owned it. No excuses, no finger pointing. He said, I made some bad choices. I'm learning from them. His supporters like Lushan McCoy say it's being blown way out of proportion. He's a kid acting like a kid, McCoy said. But the Browns coaching staff saying he's going Ricky by discipline. And this might be the moment that determines what kind of leader Shedeur becomes. Here's the twist though. Inside that Browns locker room, players respect him. Despite being listed as QB4, his confidence isn't arrogance. It's control. It's composure. Teammates are gravitating toward him. One of them told ESPN, this kid's different. He just carries himself like a pro. And when someone asked him about challenging Joe Flacco for the starting job, Shedeur coolly replied, we got preseason first. That's not a shot. That's a statement. Social media is buzzing. Even an anonymous Browns assistant said, I've never seen a rookie take over minicamp like this. Still, not everyone's convinced. Some say his 5th round draft status proves he's overhyped. Others point to the speeding tickets as a red flag. But look, with Deshaun Watson out for the year and Flacco getting up there in age, Shedeur's 71% career completion rate in college isn't something you just ignore. So here's the real question, is he ready to take the reins, or will this QB battle grind him down? And this isn't just about football anymore. This is about image, reputation. Some commentators like Colin Cowan are already writing him off. You drop to pick 144 and then hit 101 muff in a truck. That says it all. He sniped. But others are fighting back. Emmanuel Acho and LaShawn McCoy are calling it what it is, a narrative war. They can't knock his game. Somebody twist the story, McCoy said. Acho added, he's 22. You don't sign a rookie for perfection. You sign him for potential. James Jones said it best, quoting his grandmother. A lot of people want to see you fail. Don't give them that chance. And right now, Shedeur's not giving them that chance. He's answering the noise with his play. His 71%. That's no accident. That's earned. So what are we really doing here? Are we holding young players to impossible standards? Are we tearing down future stars just for making human mistakes? Or does ShedeurSanders need to grow up fast if he wants to survive under the NFL's relentless spotlight? Either way, the fire's lit in Cleveland, and this rookie quarterback might just be the spark that changes everything. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Shedeur the future for Cleveland? Or is this all just hype? If you're digging this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell. We don't just tell the story, we tell it like it is.